Welcome to the money module. This is where we start looking at where you're going to get paid. We're going to talk about bringing your product to market. We're going to talk about creating sales. And this is where the foundation of your $1 million brand not only starts, but takes flight. The problem that most entrepreneurs and business owners run into at this point in the process is overcoming the fear in their mind of, well, what if something doesn't sell? What if I fail? And I'm here to tell you that if you do this work, that will not be your problem. Your problem will be keeping up with the orders. That is ultimately the bigger challenge to solve because we have some amazing tools in our tool belt. We've identified our person. We know what the 3 to 5 products are going to be that we sell to that market. We have a little bit of a following, or we at least know how we're going to build that, and that's going to be an asset in this module. It's been an asset previously in making decisions, but now it's an asset in our marketing, in our sales. Now, if you have not done that work, I would highly encourage you to not move on until you have made those decisions. Who is your customer? Where do they hang out? What are their pain points? How do they identify themselves? Do you have announcements on social media that you are going in this direction? If not, this section will be interesting to you and help you make some final decisions in getting to that point. But we can't move forward with any of the action items until that's clear. So after this lesson, after this module, if you are not clear on your product, we have work to do. We have decisions to make. But in this module, in this section, we're talking about the $1 trillion marketplace, Amazon.com. And this section can help solidify those decisions if we're not absolutely crystal clear in them. Here's why. As we record this, Amazon is about a $1 trillion company. More than 40% of all online buying decisions happen on Amazon.com. That's projected to continue to go up. Amazon continues to take over and increase market share. They continue to innovate new products that give them first mover advantage in new areas of growth. It's only a matter of time when Alexa hears you say that you're out of soda and it shows up at your house the same day. Amazon is working on same-day shipping across the whole world. That's their goal. There's drone delivery. There's now retail acquisitions happening. Something major happened when Amazon acquired Whole Foods. Because what it did was it expanded the distribution opportunities at Amazon. You know, today it is possible to have a product for sale on Amazon and be shipped all over the world, but it's only a matter of time when we have products for sale on Amazon and Amazon sees the data behind that product and they start fulfilling it in retail stores across the country and around the world. It's only a matter of time. It's why I recommend that all physical products brands start on Amazon.com. If you are hit up for capital, or if you are looking to build an audience, you might decide instead to start on sites like Kickstarter. And there are other courses and trainings. There are YouTube videos and blogs that document essentially the step-by-step processes to having successful Kickstarter launches. There's a great write-up on the Tim Ferriss blog that goes through swipe copy and examples that you can use in raising capital on a first run of inventory by using Kickstarter. But if you're able to skip that process, I recommend that brands launch on Amazon.com because it gives you the access to where all the buyers already are. Amazon has millions, soon to be billions of buyers, and as places like Africa, Southeast Asia, and other emerging countries start to come online more and more, that is only going to go up, ladies and gents. The market share and the total number of buyers that have their credit card on file at Amazon is only going to continue to go up. Having a strong presence there gives you access to all of them. Now, many entrepreneurs and business owners get stuck on Amazon.com. And when I say stuck, I mean they get addicted to the consistent sales flow that can exist on Amazon. And so they never really build a business that is more than just an Amazon listing. Now, if you are looking to have a cash flow business, that's great. And many of my students have very, very profitable businesses just selling on Amazon.com. I like to take it one step further. And that is why I've had you think about who is the person? Where do they hang out? What are they willing to pay a premium for? What pain points do they want to solve? Because if we're able to bring our brand to Amazon, we leverage the audience that exists off Amazon. And we're going to talk about using that in our marketing in the next module. But if we can combine that with the power of Amazon.com, we have a $1 million brand in the making. It is now only a matter of time. Now, I don't mean to insult any of your intelligence if you've been following any of my work or our trainings at capitalism.com, but I do want to start those of you who are not familiar with this process off at the foundation, in the basics. The reason why Amazon is such an opportunity for entrepreneurs is not just because they have access to millions, hundreds of millions of buyers with their credit card and 2-day shipping. That's not why they are such a great opportunity for entrepreneurs, although that certainly plays a factor in it. The reason why Amazon is such a holy grail for entrepreneurs is because of the program that they launched called Fulfilled by Amazon. Fulfilled by Amazon, or FBA as we call it, changed the internet landscape for business owners and entrepreneurs. It leveled the playing field. It made it possible for anyone to launch a business. It allowed you to order product from your manufacturer, ship it straight to Amazon.com. Amazon would keep it in their warehouse. They would do the fulfillment. They would do the processing. They would handle all of the inventory and send you a check as it's sold. And they do it for a monthly fee of about $40. It's absurd. That had never existed before. And today, still to this day, anyone can send their product to Amazon, have it fulfilled, and have most of the work taken care of automatically in their sleep. And you get checks sent to you, actually wires to your bank account. A few years later, they took one step further. Amazon now does lending. They now will lend you money to grow your business that is taking sales on Amazon. You used to have to go get bank financing. Now you can just have Amazon finance it. Now, you have to be selling consistently for about a year for that to be the case. But think about this for a second. Any entrepreneur can have orders on Amazon for products that they didn't make. The orders are fulfilled by Amazon's own internal warehouse. Most of the customer service, the refunds, the credit card transactions, the shipping, everything is fulfilled by a $1 trillion company, and your only job is to market your products well, which is how you build a brand in the first place. Your job is to market the products to the customers that want it, and let Amazon fulfill everything else. Now, before we go into maximizing Amazon as a marketplace and standing out on that marketplace, I want to talk to you about solidifying your idea by using some of the market intelligence that exists on Amazon.com. Now, there are a host of tools and resources that will estimate how many sales a certain product is doing on Amazon.com. So if you want to know how many wallets are being sold on Amazon, and you want to know how many the brand Fossil wallets are selling, you can go to tools and have that estimated for you. One of the simple ones is junglescout.com. If you just search Jungle Scout Sales Estimator in Google, it will pull up a tool that will estimate the number of products, the number of units, the number of dollars that brand is selling. Now, that does not necessarily mean that it's a good idea for you to sell the products that are doing a lot of volume. That's not what we're after here. But what we can estimate is if there is enough volume at all to use Amazon as our platform. For example, there are some markets that don't have a lot of volume on Amazon. There are some things that you tend not to order on Amazon, like desks, for example. And I know you're probably listening, well, I ordered my desk on Amazon. But compared to other spaces, there's things that we order all the time, things that we're comfortable buying, things that are replacements for other things like, a computer laptop case. You don't really care about the brand so much as you just want it to work and look good. So it's $25. You'll buy it on Amazon. No big deal. There's other things where the brand is really important, so that first purchase is a little bit harder on Amazon. Now, I say this with kind of an asterisk because if we know our customer well, if we've created a product that we know our customers want, we can bypass the data that says that there's not a lot of volume on Amazon.com. For example, my first product that I ever sold on Amazon was not your typical Amazon product. And the market kind of said that it topped out at about 25 sales a day. Well, do you remember that story that I told you in a previous module where that same product ended up doing more than 300 sales a day? The reason for that was because I knew that there was demand for that product, and there weren't people who were doing a good job of selling it on Amazon. So by me knowing my customer, by me knowing I had a great product, it still made sense for me to put it on Amazon. And then later, as more people became comfortable buying that product on the platform, more and more people started to buy our product. So we got a twofer. We got the ease of its fulfillment on Amazon, and we also got a steady flow of new customers. But it is still interesting to note what other brands or other competitors are doing in terms of sales volume on Amazon. It's my experience, it's my opinion, that it's very rare that something has too low of volume in order to succeed on Amazon. Now, if you have ever followed my work from my podcasts or my publications on capitalism.com, you know that I cringe when people talk about building an Amazon business. And the reason why I cringe at that phrase is because it is a way of saying that your business is dependent on Amazon, or it's the only place that your business can exist. And most entrepreneurs who are launching on Amazon get so caught up in the numbers of what the internal sales volume is on Amazon that they lose sight of the customer behind the purchase. For example, if you see that there are can openers selling 250 a day through another brand and you think that you can do it better, it's easy to fall into that trap of running the numbers of, well, if I have 250 sales a day at $10, that's 2,500 sales a day. That one product is $1 million business. I think that a lot of the potential that is available on Amazon is from micro niches that other people don't see a lot of value in. They don't see other brands doing thousands of sales a day. Or more specifically, I think all the money is made in micro brands. Micro brands have a very clear target audience. We know we only have to sell 25 to 50 units a day of a single product in order to stack the deck to have $1 million business. And because we're so focused on one specific type of person, just like RX Bar was so focused on that CrossFitter, we know that we can charge a premium on our prices. And if we can charge a premium on our prices, we need fewer customers, which allows us to spend more money on advertising, which keeps us highly profitable and scalable and makes us more sellable as a company. That's where, I just heard that a student I impacted a couple years ago sold his company for $35 million. Just heard this a couple days ago. Right? That's where that money happens. When you have that brand and the power of the distribution of Amazon.com. However, all this context to say, Amazon can still validate your ideas because we do want to see that there are other companies, at least in the same circle. We're not selling baskets that can be weaved underwater, right? If there are other similar types of brands who are on Amazon and they have more than 100 reviews, that's a good sign that there's volume in that niche. Here's what I would avoid when looking at Amazon.com. The temptation is often to look at something like argan oil, which is a popular product on Amazon, to see that everyone on the first page has more than 1,000 reviews, and you say, well, I'm not going to sell argan oil. There's too much competition. I avoid that type of thinking. If all you are thinking about is the product that you're going to sell and not the brand that you're building or the person that you're marketing to, then that actually would be good advice. Stay away from those highly competitive products. Stay away from products that are fads. Like a few years ago, there was a supplement called Garcinia Cambogia that was all the rage, and now it's gone. Weight loss crazes, fads, Beanie Babies. These types of products should be avoided as first products anyway. But if you are building a real brand that serves a specific person, the Amazon data doesn't matter so much as long as we see that there is some competitor, there's some person or group of people who at least have similar products available on Amazon and they have at least 100 reviews. Even if they're negative reviews, sometimes that can be a really good sign that there's an opportunity for us to bring a product to market. My real desire on Amazon.com from a market intelligence perspective is getting ideas for products that we've never thought of before. What I like to do is look at brands that might be competitors of mine, and I look at what the other products that they're selling are. And I look at the number of reviews that they have. And I read the reviews of those products to try and find where people are frustrated, to find out where people aren't satisfied with the product. That gives me some intel into what I might want to do around my product. I also like to look at the sections on Amazon that says, viewers also looked at this product, or the frequently bought together section. I like to look at those because a lot of times if I'm selling some sort of computer accessory like a laptop case and I see that there's a frequently bought together section that's a keyboard cover, I would have never thought, hey, a keyboard cover would be a great additional product in my line, in my brand. I would have never thought about that. So I like to look at what my competitors on Amazon are selling and what's frequently bought together so I can get additional product ideas, and I can look at reviews to find out how I might position my product differently than everyone else. Remember, please remember, the only thing we need to do is have 3 to 5 products selling 25 to 35 sales a day to have $1 million brand. So if we can find a specific pain point or a specific problem with a group of products that might be selling well, but we see that something could be different, and we go to our manufacturer and we release that product, we only need 25 to 35 of them to sell consistently to build $1 million business. So Amazon can be a wonderful research tool in terms of the types of products that we're going to bring to market. However, I personally, this is my own opinion, my own public advice, avoid the obsession with analyzing how much volume there is in different markets, how much volume there would be in selling this product. I have found that to be a distraction. Now, there's a place for it. Once you've got 2 or 3 products up and moving, now you can start to make decisions about, well, if we released this product in our lineup, there's a lot of volume here. And the way we would determine that is by looking at what other brands are selling and plugging them into research tools like Jungle Scout to find out what the volume is. We also estimate something called the bestseller rank. The bestseller rank is a way that Amazon measures what's selling a lot of product and what isn't. And there's a lot of tools out there that will analyze different markets to show you, what the bestseller rank is and where there might be cool niche opportunities to go into. I find that to be really helpful when we're deciding what follow-up products to release, but I avoid it when I am building a brand. It can be an indicator of early markets, however. For example, a few years ago when Dave Asprey started popularizing MCT oil, there weren't a lot of suppliers or companies that were selling MCT oil. He kind of popularized it. So there was a lot of volume concentrated around a very small collection of brands on Amazon. That was a great market to get into. The price points were high. The profit margins were high. The competition was low. It didn't take a lot of reviews to stand out, and you killed it if you were a first mover. But what that points to is first mover advantage. It doesn't point to brandability. It points to simply being the opportunity to move first in a marketplace. So if you see brands that have high volume, low reviews, and low reviews would be under 500 reviews, and they're selling more than 100 sales a day, and there's less than 10 people selling that product, you have hit a cash flow opportunity. I hesitate to even talk about this because I think brands are built on people, not cash flow opportunities. But if you see the opportunity of less than 10 competitors, with most of them having less than 500 reviews, and more than 3 of them selling 100 per day, and we would know this based on a bestseller rank being about 1,000. If you just Google bestseller rank and you look for the number 1,000, that's usually the indicator that a product is moving about 100 units per day. You might have to listen to that a couple times to get those numbers dialed in, but that's a cash flow opportunity. And I love those markets for follow-up products. Still, your job is to focus on people. Is that product going to serve the people that I'm targeting in my brand? Will that serve moms? Will that serve pregnant women? Will that serve CrossFit enthusiasts? That's our primary aim when building a brand. So, Amazon's a great market research tool. Amazon is a great fulfiller of products. It's a great place to have multi-million-dollar businesses. How do you succeed on Amazon? You succeed on Amazon through 3 ways: your launch, your reviews, and your keywords. That's Amazon Success 101. We'll go into Amazon Success 202 in the next module, but you get to 25 to 35 sales a day based on your launch, your reviews, and your keywords. Here's what I mean. The whole reason why we've spent so much painstaking attention to dialing in our person, to getting a very small following, to talking about the pain points that our market has, is because we need to have a successful, profitable launch to that group of people. What do I mean by that? I mean, we need those people hungry to buy from us on day one as soon as we're available on Amazon. Here's why. Amazon rewards volume of sales. They reward momentum. So if you can stuff a whole bunch of full-priced purchases, that's what I'm trying to say. If you can shove a bunch of full-price purchases into a short buying window, that will trigger Amazon's algorithm to ranking you higher, to showing you up more often in the frequently bought together section, to featuring you on new but private advertising pages. For example, Amazon has pages just reserved for new products. People shop them all the time. You don't see them often because you don't go there very often. Not everybody goes there every day. But if you get a lot of sales out of the gate, you could show up in a hot new items section on Amazon. What does that do? It gets you brand new exposure to new customers that would have never known that you existed. So your job is to get those followers who have followed you up until this point ready to buy on day one. How do you do that? What we do is we start priming the pump. We start announcing when our product is going to go live on Amazon. Now, when you place your first inventory order and it goes over to Amazon, it'll take like a couple days to get checked in and ready for purchase. So as soon as it is over at Amazon, we start making announcements to our followers. Ready in 5 days, launches in 5 days. We only have 1,000 of these available. We're doing a bonus special, or we're doing some sort of a discount for our first in line movers, or we might just say once they're gone, and we only have 1,000 of them. If we get our influencers all on board to talk about when the launch is happening, if we are talking about it in our Facebook group, 3 days we go live. I'm giving away 5 for free to those of you who are first in line, right? We're building up buzz for that launch. And when things go live and we get a surge of sales out of the gate, that is going to trigger Amazon's algorithm that we're a player. Having the launch out of the gate is a major factor, and we want to align all the resources that we have behind that launch. The second piece to success on Amazon is reviews. Until we have at least 25 reviews, we don't really know how our product is going to perform. Your job as a business owner is to worry about sales and reviews until that first product is doing a consistent 25 sales per day. When we've got about 25 to 50 reviews, which we're going to get from the same following that has been following the documentation of our business and our brand, when we're going to them to get reviews, those initial 25 to 50 reviews, that's when we're going to start seeing consistent, predictable sales. Even if you get everything wrong, if you get about 100 people to buy in the early stages and 25 to 50 of them to leave reviews because they're from a Facebook group, or they're from your following, or they're from Instagram, or they're from wherever you are communicating with your audience, that is going to give us the liftoff that we need to see what our daily sales are going to look like. From there, we scale this business based on keywords. Keywords put us in front of more people who are looking for our products. If you sell a selfie stick and you rank number 5 on Amazon for selfie stick, you are obviously going to sell more selfie sticks than the person who's ranking number 20. How do you do that? Well, there's lots of blogs and YouTube videos that analyze how Amazon's algorithm works. But for many years, it has simply come down to purchases through a keyword. So if you search for selfie stick on Amazon and you browse through a couple different selfie sticks and you click on the one in the 5th position and you buy it, Amazon sees that as a vote. And because of that vote, those who get the most votes tend to win. However, there's more that plays into the algorithm's factors. The more you've bought on Amazon, the more weight you have in Amazon's algorithm. If you're a brand new Amazon account, Amazon tends to discount that. If you're an Amazon super buyer that buys everything on Amazon, it gives you a little bit more weight in how that affects your ranking for keywords. So the way we might make this happen a little more intentionally is to find out where we rank for keywords naturally. So if our product is live and we notice that we're way down on the list, we're in position 70 for selfie stick. We're way down on the list. No one can find us. We might tell our audience we're on the 7th page of Amazon for selfie stick. Search selfie stick, go to page 7, click on our brand, which is called Selfie Seconds. I don't know. That's your brand name. Click on us, buy us, and leave us a review once you get it and you love it. We designed it just for you. Directing them to search for the keyword find you and buy will triggers Amazon's algorithm to rank you higher for that keyword. Now, more competitive keywords are going to be harder to rank for, and we could spend hours, maybe months, talking about optimizing for Amazon. But ensure that you have your target keywords in your listing, in your title, in your back-end keywords. There's a place in Amazon to enter in your back-end keywords. But most importantly, get people to buy by searching for keywords. Now, anything that you do to try and manipulate this, like having friends and families or giveaway groups buy, some of that can work in the short term. Some of those things end up getting you caught and penalized. Some of those things can work for a short amount of time until Amazon discovers it and then they change the algorithm. But here's what's always true. The reviews that you get from your customers will increase your conversion rate. And your conversion rate, the number of people who see your listing and buy, will ultimately determine how well you rank on Amazon. So your job is to ensure that your products and your customers have the best experience possible. So at this point in the process, we're starting to look at, are our customers happy with the product? Is there anything we need to change about it? What are people saying about it? Can we intercept any customer issues before they become negative reviews? This is the point where we might follow up directly with our customers, and we'll talk about how to do that in the next module. But this is the point where we're starting to really pay attention to our marketplace, and we're starting to really listen so that we can dial in the best experience possible. If we do that and we listen to our customers, every launch can be predictable and profitable. We can have reviews coming in automatically, and we start to naturally rank for keywords. So any optimization that we do from there becomes gravy. It becomes the gasoline on the fire. But the way that you really succeed on the $1 trillion marketplace is by knowing exactly who your customer is and lining them up to get ready to buy from you once your product is ready on Amazon. We talk about the product, and we talk about the launch, and we talk honestly about how many are available and why this is important. And you incentivize them to buy early in the process through, maybe it's a Facebook Live with you where you're doing a launch party. That's one of my favorite ways to launch products. If you look at how people do book launches, you can get some really cool ideas for how to do product launches. Sometimes that is going live on Facebook and doing things like, hey, anybody who buys in the next hour, I'm going to call them personally and thank them. Hey, anybody who buys, it's almost like a telethon, right? But for your product launch, anybody who buys in the next hour, I'm going to buy them a 6-pack of my favorite beer, right? You're doing fun things to get people to buy in the early stages. Why? Because by sending that traffic to Amazon gives them a surge to show that you're a player, and they will rank you higher for keywords. Then it's your job to stay involved in the community to ensure that they have an amazing experience so that they leave positive reviews naturally. And you can ask for reviews. You can say, look, we're a small company. We're just getting off the ground, and we really need reviews. And those first 25 reviews are so important to me, because if you get that first 25 to 50 reviews, that will give you the momentum to continue to scale this business. It will give you the daily sales amount for you to be able to predict how your business is going to do over the next couple of months. It takes about 25 to 50 reviews in order to be able to do that. And then we can start, once we have the positive reviews, we've got some launch momentum, we can start asking the rest of our community, the rest of our audience to buy by searching for specific keywords. Now, you can go down the rabbit trail and look at all kinds of optimization blogs and YouTube videos about how to set up the perfect listing, and we can recommend some of those resources for sure. But the important thing is having people ready to buy, positive reviews, and that we start to show up for keywords. That's going to set the foundation for building that $1 million business. Moving forward, we'll talk about advertising. We'll talk about how to do it on a shoestring budget, and we'll talk about how this snowball starts to build. We'll talk about marketing on Amazon 202. We'll talk about using influencers. That's where scale starts to happen. But none of this is going to be valuable for you if you have not made decisions up to this point. My entire goal for you in this process, in this training, is for you to know what your business is going to be. Everything after this point serves as future pacing. It serves as opportunities for you to see what you're going to do once your product's in motion. It's going to help you implement it once it's ready. But we can't get there until we know exactly what those 3 to 5 products are going to be. So I want you to pause here. I want you to take a breather here. I want you to go back and I want you to look at, do we know who our customer is and where they hang out? Have we made an announcement post on our social media profiles? Do we have some ideas of what that first 3 to 5 products are going to be? Do we need to browse around on Amazon in order to find out what other people are selling? Do we need to run by some of our ideas by our network or our following or our social media following? Do we have any assets internally that we could leverage? For example, do we have a blog or a friend with a blog who already has that audience? You know, one of my shortcuts to success in this business is to start with the audience. So if you blog about a certain topic, if you have friends who have 10,000 followers on Instagram or on Snapchat, or you've got an email list, start there. Because we only need a few hundred people to buy our product in order for us to have the beginnings of $1 million brand. So this is the point where we need to start asking those questions. We need to start looking at who we might want to do this business with. We might want to start looking at ordering prototypes for the products that we might want to bring to the marketplace. Everything after that point is gravy. If all we do is get to those decisions, we've done a very good thing. So this is the point for you to catch up, for you to make those decisions, because then you are free to build that $1 million business. Until then, you're stuck, and all of the other stuff that we're going to throw on top of it is going to be more confusing than anything else. My goal for you is absolute clarity. My goal for you is to know the exact product you're going to launch first, the exact product you're going to launch second and third and fourth, because that's going to be how we build that business. If we don't have that, then we've wasted our time going through this training. So I want you to pause here. I want you to take a breather and get caught up on your decisions, to order some prototypes, to set up your Amazon FBA account. Just search, set up Amazon FBA account. It's $40. Get caught up on your action items. Then we can move forward, but only then can we build $1 million brand.